Well, shit, the ones with they've got a prison that is just for substance abuse. So if you do a crime and you're fucking on drugs, they'll send you there. Especially if you got drugs on you.
The following program is rated TVMA. What you are about to watch contains explicit language, adult themes, violence, and may not be suitable for viewers under 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to What the Nuts. I'm your host, the Blue Collar Joe. And this week we've got a few weird ones. We've got weird ones this week. Strange. But I've also want to talk to you about a few other things. So, if you guys don't know my stand on Palestine, I'm going to just jump right in, okay? If I'm going to just jump right in, let's just get into this. I'm not going to fucking go into some big old thing. All right? I see all these people, these people, hey, you guys want to go out and protest and whatnot, Yeah, either you're getting paid to protest or whatever the fucking deal is. All right? But you're out protesting for Palestine and Hamas. And if you're in the LGBTQ, if you're there and you're, for Palestine, maybe you should rethink that. Because if you went to the Palestinian state, being a gay or lesbian person, they would kill you on sight. They would unalive you. They would throw you off a building. They would hang you in the street. They don't care about you. They look at you as fools. And yet you're out there in the streets, safely in America, telling the Democrats that they're, well, what did I hear today? They're paying for genocide. You guys are paying for genocide. Last I checked, we were fucking Israel's ally. Last I checked. And we try not get in the middle of shit. Motherfucker. I just think you guys need to just fucking rethink some shit. Anyhow. All right. Now that I've got that off my chest, because it's nonstop. I'm hearing it a lot in the news, and I'm watching the Democratic National Convention, and I'm paying attention to what's going on in this country right now. And it's disheartening to see youthful people flying the rainbow, chanting from the river to the sea, and they have no idea what that means. They don't know what river or what sea. And yet, there they are out there in the streets of Chicago. That's all right, though. Let's get into some crazy shit, because I'm thinking I need to lighten this up some.
You're doing great, buddy.
I know. I'm fucking trying, bro. I'm trying. All right. So, this first story. All right. Look, this first story. All right. If you guys don't know, operate heavy equipment. I install septic systems and I dig. I basically run a excavator. Okay. One thing I tell customers when we install a system and they ask me, is there anything I need to know? I tell them, 1, do not flush wipes. 2, don't put oil down the drain. Put it in your trash can. And 3, feminine products. Do not flush feminine products. Doesn't matter if it's a plug or if it's a pad, if it's the small size, it doesn't matter. That shit will get caught on something in your pipes and will clog, and then you'll have a backup in your house. And then that's a mess that nobody wants to clean up. So anyways, our first story is from England. All right, it's by, I want to say it's Bishopric Horsham. I don't know. I've never been there. I've never been to England, but they have a crew, right? They have a crew when there's a backup, when somebody's been pouring grease down the drain, right? Because grease, all right, so you can run hot water, right? And the grease will go with the hot water. But the moment it gets like, a quarter mile away or half mile away, whatever, it's the water cools down enough, the grease starts to fucking congeal, and then you create a blockage. You create, slime or whatever that gets in there. The grease hardens basically. And so what this crew's job is, all right? This crew's job is to go around and break up these they call them fatbergs, because basically and I've seen this happen. So we were working on a system was backing up into the house, and the customer was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. It smells, blah, 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 right? So we get out there and we uncover the septic tank, right? We don't find nothing wrong in the septic tank, but we get out to the lateral field, right? And we uncover the pipe, and they cut a section of the pipe, and I have seen it just come out. Like 4 inches of raw or congealed grease. It comes out in a long tube like this, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. You in the first place, you shouldn't put it down the drain. That's the first thing and that goes for people on city sewer too. You shouldn't put that shit down the drain in city sewer. I know you're thinking, I'm on city sewer. Yeah, I don't advise it. I don't advise it. Anytime your water has to travel a distance, you might not cause a backup for you, but you might cause a backup for Sally and Jim down the road, right? So it's just being neighborly. I'm just saying. So they show a picture of this thing, right? It's 110 pounds of just fat. That's why they call it a fatberg. So basically it's like the drippings from the hamburger. It's the drippings from, cooking bacon, that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's enough about that. All right. Here's something that I thought was funny. I thought we'd bring this up right here. The headline here, this takes us to Florida. All right, so Florida. The headline reads, more than 1.6 million worth of cocaine washed up on Florida's beaches during Hurricane Debbie, authorities say. Okay. You know what? I forgot to check. When the heck? Oh, this was published on the 18th. Very nice. Yesterday. So, okay. So it says Hurricane Debbie not only caused widespread destruction in the southeast, but also led to the discovery of over 100 pounds of narcotics along Florida shores. On August 4th, 25 packages of cocaine weighing around 70 pounds, a value at over $1 million, were found on the beach in Isla Morada in the Florida Keys. A week later, another batch of cocaine valued of $625,000 was discovered floating near the Everglades city in the Gulf of Mexico. Wow. Well, the drugs were found by a good Samaritan who promptly alerted authorities. They were like, "Hey, this tastes like cocaine." They had to test the product first, you know what I'm saying? They had to test the product. Let's see. Authorities speculate that drug smugglers might have ditched the packages to avoid seizure during adverse conditions or law enforcement interdiction. So they could have fucking got caught and then fucking dumped everything overboard and was like, yeah, we're out. We don't have nothing. We don't know what you're talking about. This situation is reminiscent of the square grouper days of the 1970s and 1980s, when bales of marijuana would often wash ashore in Florida. Similar incidents have occurred recently with large drug packages discovered floating in the waters off of Miami, the Florida Keys, and other coastal areas. Authorities are now investigating the origin of the drug. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but like some drug manufacturers, they put insignia on the packaging, right? So that way they can go, yeah, that's my shit. You know, like so and so knows whose shit it is. Like, let's say, you know, somebody finds it and they're in the game, right? And they're like, oh, hey, these are Pedro's from fucking, you know, Sinaloa cartel or whatever. You know, I don't know. So, but they would know, right? All right. So, Broward County. We're gonna move on, but Broward County. The Broward County sheriff. Everybody knows the Broward County sheriff. He's like, fucking, please shoot people. It will save the county money. So in Broward County, 2 13-year-olds arrested for allegedly making threats against school on Snapchat. So, 2 13-year-old students were arrested in Florida, Broward County, for making separate threats against local schools just before and during the first week of the school year. The first arrest occurred on August 10th, when a boy allegedly posted a partial photo of himself on Snapchat, along with a written threat to commit a mass shooting at Broward County Public Schools. Oh, at the offices. Okay, so, all right. Let's see. The threat was reportedly motivated by his frustration over a new school policy requiring cell phones to be off or on airplane mode throughout the day, including during lunch. Authorities quickly tracked him down at his home in Weston and took him into custody. Now that, I'm going to tell you right now, you get labeled, you know, like you're throwing threats and shit like that, they're gonna do bad things to you. They're gonna put you in juvie. They're gonna do bad things to you. They're gonna scare you ass straight. Second arrest followed on August 15th when a girl of the same age allegedly made threats against Cooper City High School, also via Snapchat. The details of her threat were not disclosed by the sheriff's office. Both teams have been charged with felonies. Yeah. Including making written threats to kill, cause bodily harm, conduct a mass shooting, or commit an act of terrorism. They also face an additional charge for using a communication. You know what? And the judge in this thing, in their cases, can fucking make sure that they'll never be on social media ever again. Let's see here. Emphasizes the seriousness of such actions. Okay. So the sheriff is saying that he says that this is very serious and fucking it can lead to a felony record. A felony that you can't expunge. Yeah. All right. So that's the 13-year-old. Let's see here. What the hell? Oh, okay. Chechen warlord invites Elon Musk, to Russia after he's filmed driving machine gun mounted on Cybertruck. Now I've seen the picture of this. This is pretty fucking cool. Like I think it's like a movie, You see these old like Toyota pickup trucks with fucking with guns mounted on the back. I don't know. It's crazy. This story is crazy. He posted a video on his Telegram channel in which he was seen driving a Tesla Cybertruck mounted with a machine gun in the clip. In the clip, Kadyrov took the vehicle for a spin before standing atop the truck bed, surrounded by belts of ammunition and the mounted weapon. He praised the Cybertruck, calling it undoubtedly one of the best cars in the world and expressing his admiration for it. Hey, he'll be fucking cursing that Cybertruck when he's in the middle of the fucking jungle and the battery dies. And there's no fucking charger. He's like, come on, I gotta fucking get this guy and kill his ass. Chase him down. Fucking the battery dies. Like every other fucking movie. All right. Man accused of stealing Yellowstone National Park vehicle while intoxicated. This fucking jackass, he's a Virginia guy, right? And he's in Yellowstone. So that's in Wyoming. For those of you who don't know geography. So Yellowstone, or if you haven't been watching the TV show. So a Virginia man, his name is Alan Bowling, is now facing federal charges following a series of alarming events at Yellowstone National Park on August 10th, 2024. According to court documents filed within the U.S. Court for the District of Wyoming, the incident began when Bowling attempted to purchase beer at the Old Faithful Upper General Store. After his credit cards were declined, Bowling reportedly left the store and commandeered a heavy wrecker truck belonging to the Yellowstone Park Service Station. The stolen truck was subsequently seen near the Old Faithful Lodge, where Bowling drove it the wrong way on a one-way road, veered off the roadway, and eventually came to a stop near the post office and ranger station. Yellowstone Rangers pursued Bowling on foot, and he was eventually detained at gunpoint. Yeah, this will crash the truck and then got out and ran. All right. Let's see here. They did an investigation. The investigation revealed that the truck had caused significant damage to federal property, including a large wooden fence. Bowling now faces a range of charges, including DUI, destruction of federal property, and disorderly conduct. What a great guy. All right, so this next story takes us to California, and I don't know if you know what's going on in California, but they've made it like virtually like impossible to catch shoplifters. Right? They made it so easy. Like, yo, we only stole $300 worth. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. You have to steal 1,000 in order to get a felony. All right. So, thieves hit 3 7-Eleven stores in 20 minutes. Hours after Newsom signed smash and grab tackling bills. Just hours after Governor Gavin, I can't stand this dude's name. That's why it's like, ugh. Anyways, Gavin Newsom signed a comprehensive set of bills into law to address the surge of smash and grab robberies in California. A large group of thieves targeted 3 separate 7-Eleven stores in Los Angeles. According to reports, up to 30 kids and teenagers began their spree on Friday night by smashing a window at a 7-Eleven on West Sunset Boulevard and stealing various items. Then they proceeded to 2 more stores, one near Hollywood Boulevard and Highland Avenue, and another on Santa Monica Boulevard, where they continued their thefts, even assaulting a worker and causing significant property damage. These incidents occurred shortly after Newsom announced the new legislation aimed at curbing such crimes. The bipartisan package of 10 bills included stricter penalties for repeat offenders, those involved in organized retail theft. Yeah, because that was another thing. They would have like 30 fucking people just run into a CVS and rob it blind. The new law would also give prosecutors more leeway to combine the value of stolen items across different jurisdictions to meet the threshold for felony grand theft, making it easier to pursue harsher penalties. So if you got caught for like a bunch of little mini thefts, like you stole candy here, you stole fucking pair of pants there, you stole a TV there, you know what I'm saying? It all adds up. Now you get over that threshold and you're fucked. You go into prison, baby. Especially in California, they'll put you in prison. Despite the legislation, some progressive Democrats expressed concern that it might be overly punitive. The bills also address issues such as cargo theft and auto theft. They require online marketplaces like eBay to gather more detailed information from high-volume sellers to prevent the resale of stolen goods. So I guess folks are like, hey, I'll steal this car and I'll sell that shit on eBay, and who gives a fuck? This legislative push comes as California's Democratic leaders seek to balance being tough on crime while addressing concerns over the potential impact on low-income individuals and those with substance abuse issues. Well, shit, the ones with they've got a prison that is just for substance abuse. So if you do a crime and you're fucking on drugs, they'll send you there. Especially if you got drugs on you. Okay. All right. Here we go. I think we're going to do, this is going to be maybe it's going to be our last story. I'm not sure. So the headline is Pope hiding alien secrets in the Vatican. Yeah. I don't know. The jury's still out on this. I do know. Look, I have a theory that the universe is vastly expansive. And there has to be somebody else out there. There has to be life on other planets. Is it like Earth? I doubt it. But there might be people like us out there somewhere. Anyways, let's get on with the story. All right.
You're doing great, buddy.
I know. Thanks. A UFO expert and extraterrestrial lobbyist Steve Bassett has accused the Vatican of concealing extensive knowledge about alien life within its archives. Bassett, who serves as the executive director of the Paradigm Research Group, has asserted that the Catholic Church has been aware of extraterrestrial beings for centuries and may possess evidence hidden in the Vatican's vast repositories. Bassett claims that the Church has subtly acknowledged the existence of USOs. USOs. Words are hard. Acronyms are even harder. The existence of UFOs through religious artworks, and have even suggested that it would baptize aliens if they desired. He believed that the Vatican Apostolic Archives hold crucial information on his subject, but access to these archives is tightly controlled by the Holy See? Huh? Making it, I don't know. It's a typo. Maybe I typoed something. I don't know. Making it challenging for researchers to uncover the truth. These claims have been fueled by recent testimony from former U.S. intelligence officers David Grush, who told a U.S. congressional hearing that the government has been concealing evidence of non-human intelligence for decades. Grush suggests that the U.S. has been aware of alien activity since the 1930s, citing a 1933 UFO crash in Italy that was allegedly communicated to President Franklin Roosevelt by Pope Pius XII. Bassett's assertion have drawn both intrigue and skepticism. While he sees this as further motivation to explore the Vatican archives, Vatican officials and religious scholars have dismissed the claims. Marco Grilli, secretary to the prefect of the archives, and religious professor Diana Walsh Pasolka have both expressed doubts about the validity of Bassett's allegations, noting that the Vatican's records contain numerous reports of paranormal events, but that these are not a priority for the Church. Well, of course it's not, because if it is, that means that, that God's been dabbling in other that means that God has been dabbling on other planets and making, other planets. All right. Checking my notes. All right, we're going to do this one last. This is a real short one. We're going to do, this is, let's see here. It takes us to Brazil. Okay. So, the headline reads, inmates attempt prison break by disguising themselves as women during visiting hours. What? Like, I'm going to tell you right now, right here in America, you will not be able to disguise yourself in the visiting area. It's like, hey, there's some lazy ass guards in Brazil, I guess. So, 2 dangerous male criminals imprisoned at a correctional facility in Fortaleza, Brazil, attempts a daring escape by disguising themselves as women and simply walking out during visiting hours. It says their names. I'm not going to butcher it. Suspected members of the criminal faction in, I want to say it's Serra, with a long criminal record including drug trafficking, robbery, and murder, were caught trying to escape the, oh shit, these are some hard ass words right here. Prison in Fortaleza. I don't know. Anyways, while wearing rudimentary female disguises, the two men wore long black hair wigs, pink skirts, and white t-shirts. Even had improvised breasts to fool the guards. They tried mingling with real women at the end of, it was a conjugal visiting area. Oh, so they were getting their freak on. Yo. They were getting their freak on. And from what I understand, this isn't the first time this shit's happened. In Paraguay it's happened, and in Peru it happened too. So these folks are just trying to get out of jail. All right, that's our show. Thank you for joining me. Follow us on all our socials. You can find our socials on whatthenuts.com. Whatthenuts.com, spelled the same way as the title. Thank you for listening. And I'm gone like a fart in the wind.
I heard you've been looking for me, bitch. Here I go. I heard you've been looking for me, bitch. Here I go. I hear that you're looking for me, bitch. Here I go.